Is it worth it to try and become a mathematician in 2022? In this video, we're going to try and help you understand whether this particular occupation is for you. But first, we actually need to draw a distinction between actually being employed as a mathematician and identifying as a mathematician. Majoring in math is actually one of the least regretted college majors out there, math and computer science. A lot of people really enjoy majoring in math, but there's a big difference between being employed as a mathematician and getting a master's degree in math and going and working as a software developer or some other ancillary field. That person might still identify as a mathematician, but they're not being employed as a mathematician. So how can we define what a mathematician is? Mathematicians address the relationships of quantities, magnitudes, and forms through the use of numbers and symbols. Often they're trying to come up with new algorithms and mathematical theorems. This is often to extend mathematical knowledge beyond where it is right now. And mathematicians can also be involved in applying these mathematical theories and techniques to practical problems in business, engineering, and the sciences. Mathematicians definitely need to stay current in the field. They need to read professional journals, attend professional conferences, and often work with other mathematicians. The vast majority of people that major in mathematics, get a master's in mathematics, or get a PhD in mathematics don't end up actually being employed as a mathematician most of the time. Usually they're a software developer, a data scientist, maybe they become an actuary, a physicist, but often they're not trying to come up with new mathematical theories or extend the knowledge base of mathematics. And it's actually really challenging to get one of these positions as a mathematician. In fact, 50% of employed mathematicians have a doctoral degree, 25% have a master's degree, and only 8% of employed mathematicians have a bachelor's degree. Many mathematician job postings require higher education. So one of my favorite ways of looking at job postings is actually just to use the Google search engine. Type in an occupation such as mathematician, jobs, and then maybe the location, press the enter key, and then just click inside this little box here, the blue box, and the Google search engine, this tool actually brings in job postings from so many different sources. Random ones like LinkedIn, Get Work, jobtrabajo.org. So this is a great way to look at different job postings for mathematicians. And here we can actually look at some of the requirements for becoming a mathematician. For this particular role, it's with the Department of Transportation. It doesn't list requirements, but pretty good pay, between $108,000 and $141,000 a year, working for probably the federal government Department of Transportation. But what you notice is a lot of these positions are adjunct positions working for a university. Almost all of these are going to require at least a master's degree. Most often they're going to require a doctoral degree. Applicant must have a master's degree in mathematics. So actually, you can go work for some universities like Kentucky State University as an adjunct with just a master's degree, but to become probably a full-on professor, you're probably going to need a PhD. Mathematics facility at San Antonio, Texas. Let's see what the requirements are. Show full description. Once again, this requires a master's degree in mathematics or a master's degree with 18 graduate semester hours from a regionally accredited educational institution. We'll just do one more job posting and then we will move on. This is iGaming Mathematician. So let's take a look at this. Looks like a gaming company. Really interesting. Okay, so this is kind of coding as well. Let's see what the requirements are. It doesn't actually give us an educational requirement. Full description. We'll just do qualifications. Mathematics degree, statistics degree, computer science degree, postgrad preferred, but it doesn't actually say whether it requires a master's or PhD. So you might be able to get into this particular job with possibly just a bachelor's degree. Mathematicians are generally going to work for 3 different kinds of industries. First being colleges and universities. This is going to be probably the lowest paid, unfortunately, for mathematicians. We're going to get into wages a little bit later in the video, but they might be working as an adjunct or a professor in a university setting. Second one will be federal government. The federal government hires a lot of mathematicians for a lot of different government agencies, especially the Department of Defense. And finally, we have high tech. This is probably going to be the highest paying area for mathematicians, working for Google, Amazon, and a lot of these companies, it's not even just about the base salary. Many of their employees are getting crazy stock options, bonuses every year, and have really great benefits. So as you can see so far, this is going to be a challenging occupation to get into because of the barrier to entry. If you need help choosing a career, we have you covered. Our Choose the Right Career program is a 7-step process. We really help you learn about yourself. We've tried to figure out your interests, your personality, your values, where you want to live, and we take all those factors and apply it to a single career choice. This is really helpful to break through analysis paralysis.
This is poop and urine.
The only way to get rid of it is pick it up with your hands and throw it out. This is a really dangerous thing to do. We have to be real careful. And if it explodes on us and gets on your skin, easy. There's a whole bunch of diseases you can get.
I mean, there's no words. This is the grossest thing ever. To properly dispose of this, we actually have to pour it down into a safe decontamination container, and we got to empty every one of these. Each one of these cans has about 100 gallons of urine and poop, and we've got all of these to do.
MBTI. I try not to go too deep into MBTI because there is flawed science around it. Most of the psychology is a little bit flawed, but I feel like it is useful to help you understand yourself. So I hope this video helped you figure out whether this particular occupation is for you. I have a lot of other content on a lot of other occupations. Feel free to check them out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next
It's going to be hard, but I'm going to give up some stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and eat some of the contaminated food, and then the party's over. Because I have to get it, because when somebody goes on intervention, they want to get high one last time. The party ends for me tomorrow.
How is eating contaminated food a party?
Why the does it matter? I've been eating poop for 12 years.